My name is Marty Major with FLIR Security's TCX Training Department. Today we're going to talk about exporting within the EZClient, which is our web-based browser control center application. Let's go ahead and open up our browser. As you can see, I'm already connected to my EZClient. Now that I'm connected up, I went into playback, which is indicated by the icon up here at the top. And once we're in playback, this is where we actually do the export from. However, we need to talk about it just a little bit. You'll notice this yellow bar across the bottom right here. The yellow bar right here is dictated by the to and from fields up here. To change the size of this, or the orientation of this necessarily, you can see right here I'm showing the last day. So it shows a duration of 24 hours, and sure enough it has a 24-hour period between the from and the to, which again is represented by the yellow line down here. If I were to change this, for instance, to one of these little quick settings to maybe the last hour, you'll notice, even though the timeline doesn't appear to change, it has, because now the time sequences between each section have been changed. Notice our duration now is 1 hour, and it's going from 10:17 all the way over here to the end to 11:17. And as we change the time parameters up here, not only does it change the yellow line here, but it also changes the thumbnails that are being displayed down here at the bottom. Those also start right here from 10:17 and end at 11:17 right here, again dictated by the yellow bar. So before we go to export, what we need to do is find basically in our timeline what it is that we want to export, and then we simply wrap this little yellow bar around it. Right now you can see right in here on the timeline there was some no recording, so that wouldn't make any sense to try to record at least this big block. What I could do is move this down to here, and then it would basically export from this time all the way until this time. And you can see the duration listed here. This also changes when I change my yellow timeline here. So if I move it all the way down and say I just need these 8 minutes and 52 seconds, maybe I'll drop it down a little more. Now it's 7 minutes, right? This is the time frame. If I move this around, it would still remain at 7 minutes in duration. It just moves it around on the timeline itself. So this is actually how we determine our beginning and our end, this little yellow bar that is on our timeline. Once we've determined the beginning and the end, we simply come up to the export button, and we're presented with a couple of choices here. Just like in regular Control Center, we can choose between our DVT format export, which is our proprietary watermarked and can be authenticated style of export, or we could export via AVI. Now I'm going to choose AVI just so you can see this little warning right here. It's important to note. When you're exporting in the EZClient, if you have a 4K stream or a 1080p stream, whatever it is that's larger than 720, if you were to export it via the EZClient and using the AVI format, you'll note there is a limitation to 720p. So it's only going to export it up to 720p, even if the Control Center application itself is recording it at a higher resolution. So keep that in mind. But we're just going to go right back to DVT, and we're going to hit Start. Now once we hit Start, it's not actually exported yet. What happens with any export in the EZClient, whether it's a snapshot, which I can do right here, right? I'll take a snapshot. That's an export, just done. What happens is those exports could then go up into the notification area, which is this flag right up here that we can see. And now you can see it's got a number 2 in it because I exported this little video clip and I exported the snapshot right from the thumbnail itself. So if we go up into the notification area, sure enough, you can see our snapshot. It's already been taken. It's nice and quick. But the video itself, the 7-minute long video that we've indicated from the beginning to end times here, is still being engaged. And now you can see it just completed. Now, finally, and again, so the export is not fully exported yet. It's simply when you choose export, whether it's snapshot or export a series of video, it goes to the notification area up here or the flag area, and this is where it resides for you to do whatever it is you like to do with it. And we'll stay here. Now, this is a Chrome browser, so if I were to go to download anything with this little download button, it would operate just like Chrome normally does. This one actually asks me where I want to put it. I'll just throw it on my desktop. And as you can see, it downloads right to the desktop. I could just click on this and, of course, bring up the individual image that it created. I could also download video the very same way using this. But notice one thing. When I exported that thumbnail, and now it's sitting on my desktop, it doesn't immediately disappear from the job queue up here, the notification area. And this is by design. I've talked to the coders about this, and they said, well, we left them in there because we want our customers to be able to manage their own exports. And if somebody exports something and it's done exporting, we still want to be able to have access to what was exported, and where those things are, that kind of stuff. A lot of times somebody will export something, they'll forget where it exactly is they want to send it. So it's easy to come right back up in here and just export it again and then choose a different choice. For further FLIR security training, go to FLIR.com, then Products and Security. From the Security page, you would come to Support and then Training. On the training page, we have it divided currently between in-person training and online training. The in-person training includes certification classes in Latitude and many of our thermal technologies. The online training includes upcoming security webinars, which you see up here on the left, and recorded webinars, which of course continues to grow as we do the current webinars. But over on the right-hand side, you'll see our online training video library where we cover a number of different things in our repertoire. If we go to Latitude, you can see we have a series of Latitude training videos like this one that you just listened to, and we are adding to this list, and it is growing fast.